Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News. Fans, tonight on The Golden Bachelor, something truly unexpected happened. Something that had every single contestant, and yes, even the audience, holding their breath. Imagine the moment when a man who has been on the journey of love, adventure, and rediscovery suddenly takes a step that shocks everyone in the room. Yes, I'm talking about Mel. The man who has seen heartbreak, joy, and everything in between has just made a choice that no one saw coming. And that choice? The coveted first impression rose goes not to the bubbly fan favorite, nor the charming storyteller, but to Gerri, 30B playing. Stay with me, because what happens next is not just a love story, it's a lesson in courage, authenticity, and following your heart, even when it surprises everyone, including yourself. Let's take a step back. From the very first moment Mel stepped onto the Golden Bachelor stage, the energy was electric. The women lined up, hearts racing, hoping for that instant connection. And Mel, well, he was calm, reflective, but undeniably present. Then came the moment of truth. As each contestant approached, each smile, each word seemed carefully measured. And then, Gerri. With her graceful confidence and warm laughter, something just clicked. Mel's eyes softened, his expression changed, and in that instant, the room felt different. And here's the twist. Mel didn't just hand over a rose. He paused, looked deep into Gerri's eyes, and said, "I've never felt like this before." Can you imagine that? In a room full of potential, in a whirlwind of first impressions, it was her. That single decision, one rose, instantly rewrote the story of this season. Now picture Gerri. She's standing there, frozen for a moment, disbelief etched on her face, and then pure joy. That mix of shock and elation that makes you smile just by watching. You can see it in her eyes, a lifetime of hope condensed into one heartbeat. The other contestants? Absolutely floored. Some tried to mask their surprise, some whispered in disbelief. You could almost hear their thoughts. How did she get the first rose? What does this mean? And this is where the Golden Bachelor magic truly shines. It's not just about romance. It's about human connection, about that rare moment when two people recognize something profound in each other, and the world seems to pause just long enough to witness it. Here's what makes this moment extraordinary. It's not just about who gets the rose first. It's about courage. Mel took a risk by trusting his feelings, by choosing authenticity over expectation. And Gerri? She embraced that moment fully, with grace and humility. For all of us watching, there's a lesson here. How often do we let others' expectations shape our decisions? How often do we hide our true feelings, waiting for permission to act? Mel and Gerri remind us that sometimes following your heart, even in the most public, scrutinized ways, leads to the most magical moments. But here's the cliffhanger that keeps everyone talking. This is only the beginning. The first impression rose may signal initial connection, but love is never simple, especially on a show like The Golden Bachelor. Will Mel and Gerri's bond deepen as the journey continues? Will unexpected twists challenge their connection? One thing is certain. No one is safe from surprise. And as the season unfolds, you'll see alliances tested, emotions revealed, and moments that will make your heart soar or break it. So, as we move forward, keep your eyes on these two. The first impression may have shocked the room, but what comes next will shock even you.
After the rose ceremony, Mel and Gerri find a moment alone. A brief escape from the glances, whispers, and flashing cameras. And in that quiet, something remarkable happens. No scripts, no producer's prompts, just two hearts recognizing a spark they can't ignore. Mel, usually composed, lets a hint of vulnerability slip into his voice as he tells Gerri how her energy drew him in immediately. And Gerri, smiling with gentle surprise, admits she felt the same magnetic pull. It's moments like these that remind us connection is more than words. It's the subtle glances, the shared laughter, the feeling that in a crowded room, somehow you found your person. But the moment is fleeting because on The Golden Bachelor, privacy is rare and the cameras are always rolling. The question lingers, will this initial spark survive the scrutiny, the competition, and the unexpected twists that are about to unfold? Back in the main room, reactions to the first impression rose are impossible to ignore. Some contestants smile politely, hiding their disappointment, while others can't help but whisper, glancing at Gerri with a mixture of admiration and envy. One contestant, who was confident she'd capture Mel's attention, now reevaluates her approach. Another, always reserved, wonders quietly if she's missing the opportunity to connect. These small, subtle shifts set the stage for future rivalry, alliances, and emotional revelations. For viewers, it's fascinating to watch the psychology at play. The rose wasn't just a symbol of Mel's feelings, it's a catalyst, a spark that changes the dynamics among all contestants. And just like that, a seemingly simple gesture, giving the first impression rose, becomes the first domino in a season full of twists, surprises, and heartfelt drama. Later, away from the cameras and lights, Mel reflects on his choice. He's not just thinking about the moment, it's the emotions behind it. The realization that first impressions can be fleeting, but genuine connection? That's rare. He speaks candidly, sharing how he's felt over the years. The heartbreak, the doubts, the unexpected joy. And now, in Gerri, he senses something different, something grounding, something real. For the audience, it's inspiring. It's a reminder that life, no matter your age, always has room for unexpected love, new beginnings, and courageous decisions. And this reflection, this honesty, leaves us wondering, how will this initial connection weather the storms and surprises of the season ahead? And as the day ends and the first impressions settle, the Golden Bachelor producers hint at what's coming next. Group dates, intimate conversations, and emotional challenges designed to test connections. The tension is palpable. Will Mel and Gerri's connection deepen? Will others find a way to capture his heart? Or will insecurities and unexpected twists challenge the bond that sparked so beautifully in that first moment? One thing is certain, no one, including viewers at home, will see the next moments coming. And that's the magic of The Golden Bachelor. It's unpredictable, emotional, and profoundly human. So, as we step into the next chapter, keep your heart open, because the journey has only begun. And the surprises? They're bigger than
The first
anyone
group date
could
is
imagine.
here, and tension is running high. Contestants arrive eager to make an impression, each hoping for a moment alone with Mel. The air is thick with anticipation, laughter, and nerves, like the calm before a storm. Mel, ever the gentleman, moves thoughtfully from conversation to conversation, but there's a subtle electricity when he finds Gerri among the group. Their connection is visible even to those who try not to notice. A shared glance, a laugh, a small hand brush across the table, little moments that speak louder than words. And here's where the twist comes. Another contestant, determined to win Mel's attention, steps forward with a bold move, a private gesture that threatens to shake the budding bond between Mel and Gerri. Viewers at home are left on edge. Who will Mel respond to? And how will Gerri react? The first group date proves one thing immediately. In The Golden Bachelor, no moment is ever predictable. Later, away from the group, Mel and Gerri find a private moment. Here, the magic of the first impression blooms into something deeper. They share personal stories, hopes, and reflections on past relationships. Mel speaks about the courage it takes to love again, the vulnerability it demands. And Gerri? She listens with warmth, sharing her own experiences with honesty and grace. It's here that viewers sense something rare, a connection that feels authentic, profound, and perhaps even life-changing. And yet the shadow of the competition lingers. Every laugh, every glance is now tinged with anticipation. Will this intimacy survive the challenges ahead, or will the game of love and attention pull them apart before it has a chance to flourish? The tension isn't just between Mel and Gerri, it's among the women themselves. Whispers start, glances exchange, and subtle rivalries emerge. One contestant, frustrated by Mel's obvious attention to Gerri, begins strategizing. Another, previously confident,
questions her own approach, wondering if charm and humor are enough to sway his heart. This is the beauty of The Golden Bachelor. Love isn't just about connection, it's about navigating human dynamics, emotions, and the unexpected curves life throws at you. And right now, the room is a powder keg, full of hope, envy, laughter, and nerves. Viewers at home can feel it too. Something is about to happen that will shift alliances, emotions, and the entire course of this season. The first impression rose may have sparked the fire, but the real drama is just beginning. Amid the laughter, whispers, and fleeting moments of connection, Mel retreats to a quiet balcony. Here he reflects on the whirlwind of emotions, the excitement, the responsibility, and the very real weight of choice. He knows that giving the first impression rose to Gerri was a risk, but one he doesn't regret. Yet he also knows the journey is long, and the path ahead will challenge him, his heart, and the connections he's forming. For viewers, this reflection is a powerful reminder. Love is rarely easy, predictable, or simple. Sometimes the most beautiful moments come from trusting your heart, even when the future is uncertain. And for Mel, the uncertainty has never felt so exhilarating or so vulnerable.
Ceremony of the season is about to begin, and the tension is almost tangible. Contestants gather, hearts racing, knowing that tonight could change everything. For some, it's hope. For others, anxiety. And for Mel, it's a moment to reflect on his heart's true desires. He walks among the contestants, exchanging words, smiles, and fleeting moments of connection. But beneath the surface, one thought dominates. This rose is more than a symbol. It's the first declaration of intent, a promise, a risk. Viewers are on the edge of their seats because in this ceremony, the smallest gesture can carry enormous weight. Every step, every glance, every word matters. And in a room filled with expectation, Mel's choice will not only shape his journey, it will leave ripples through everyone's hearts. The rose ceremony begins, and the atmosphere is electric. Mel stands at the center, rose in hand, ready to make his first choice. One by one, he calls the names of the women who will continue the journey with him. Each rose is a small victory, a moment of validation, but the audience senses that one name will carry even more meaning. And then the moment arrives. Mel turns, looking directly at Gerri. His voice, steady but warm, announces, "Gerri." A hush falls over the garden. Gerri steps forward, shock and joy mingling in her expression. The camera captures every subtle reaction, the relief in Gerri's eyes, the surprise in others, the whispers of disbelief. This single act, this one rose, is more than tradition. It's the spark that ignites the season's emotional journey, and viewers are left holding their breath, knowing the story has just begun. The reactions are immediate. Some contestants smile, hiding disappointment. Others whisper among themselves, tension rising as alliances and rivalries start to form. And in that moment, it becomes clear. Love is rarely simple, and the first rose impression is not just a gesture. It's a declaration that will shape the dynamics of every interaction from here on out. Gerri, holding the rose, feels a mix of elation and nervousness. She knows the attention has now shifted toward her, and with it comes both opportunity and scrutiny. And for Mel, the choice is not without pressure. Every decision, every conversation moving forward will be influenced by this very first moment of connection. Viewers at home can sense the subtle drama unfolding. The first rose has been given, but the real journey, the one filled with laughter, tears, challenges, and profound discoveries, is only beginning. And one thing is certain, nothing about this season will be predictable. And just when you think the first rose ceremony sets the tone, the producers remind everyone, and viewers at home, that nothing is ever final. The next week promises emotional dates, unexpected twists, and heartfelt confessions that could change the course of relationships forever. Will Mel and Gerri's connection grow stronger, or will new challenges test their bond? How will other contestants react, and what surprises await in the weeks to come? For now, we leave the garden, the rose glowing softly in Gerri's hand, and the audience wondering, what happens next? Because on The Golden Bachelor, every moment is a story, and every choice carries the weight of possibility, romance, and heartbreak.
The first group date is a whirlwind of emotions. Contestants arrive, each hoping for a private moment with Mel. The stakes are high, and the air is thick with anticipation. Every glance, every laugh, every carefully chosen word matters. Mel moves among the group with his usual grace, connecting with each woman, but there's an undeniable spark whenever he's near Gerri. Their laughter flows naturally, their conversations effortlessly intimate. It's clear to everyone watching, this connection is something rare and powerful. And yet, the first twist of the day is waiting. Another contestant, sensing Mel's attention toward Gerri, decides to make a bold move, a private gesture designed to capture his interest. The tension is palpable. Viewers are left wondering, will this shift the balance, or will Mel's bond with Gerri prove unshakable? In the midst of competition, Mel and Gerri find a rare, quiet moment. Here, the connection sparked during the rose ceremony deepens. They share heartfelt stories, speaking openly about past loves, losses, and the courage it takes to embrace love again. Mel's vulnerability shines through, and Gerri's warmth creates a safe space for honesty. It's moments like these that remind us why people watch The Golden Bachelor, not just for romance, but for real human connection. And just as viewers are beginning to feel the magic of this bond, the camera cuts to a shadowed figure watching from afar, hinting at the drama and surprises yet to unfold. As the day continues, subtle tensions start to emerge. Some contestants smile politely, others whisper among themselves, and a few begin to question their strategies. The first impression rose has already shifted the dynamics in the room. One woman, frustrated by Mel's obvious attention to Gerri, starts plotting her next move. Another, previously confident, doubts her ability to capture his heart. These small cracks in composure are the first hints of the emotional roller coaster ahead. For viewers, it's a thrilling reminder. Love is never simple. Even the purest connection must navigate jealousy, strategy, and unexpected twists. And as the day ends, it becomes clear the bond between Mel and Gerri is only beginning to be tested. Later, away from the cameras, Mel reflects on the day's events. Giving the first impression rose to Gerri was just the beginning. Every decision moving forward will test his heart, his intuition, and his ability to navigate complex emotions. He understands that connection is fragile and that love requires courage, not just for him, but for Gerri and everyone involved. This reflection serves as a gentle reminder to viewers. Life, even at 60 or 65, always has room for love, for vulnerability, and for surprising joy. And just as Mel gathers his thoughts, the camera cuts to a teaser for the next episode, an unexpected challenge that promises to bring excitement, heartbreak, and perhaps even deeper romance.